Hey everybody, welcome back inside the stash. Just a few things on the arrival set here, some very minor stuff, decals and accessories and things like that. Primarily want to make this video because there's a few other things that I've been wanting to talk about lately and just haven't had the time or the inclination to get down here and plug a camera into the laptop and do something. So we'll go ahead and try to get it out of the way today. First up is the fact that we are now, well, actually, a month past our 3-year anniversary here on YouTube, as well as having crossed the 500 subscriber mark. So I want to thank everybody out there for all of your support, encouragement, and viewership over the last 3 years. We finally, like I said, crossed that half a grand mark. I know it's been a very slow slog in some sorts. It's a channel of me basically talking a lot, so I get that it's not for everybody. Hopefully, as we get things progressed here in terms of getting the shop together and start actually doing some modeling stuff rather than me just chit chatting with you folks, it'll draw in a few other people who like watching the build stuff, who then also get captured by the information side of things. And then sort of looking at the future of where we're going to go with the channel, aside from obviously, again, getting the shop together, we are going to, in the future, I don't know exactly when this is going to happen. Everything is set up for it in the background. It's just a matter of getting everything together on the front side of things, so to speak, in terms of time and just, effort. We're going to start doing some live streaming. We won't do the live streaming the traditional way that a lot of people do it, which is either through Facebook or through YouTube itself. Both those platforms sort of have their pros and cons. And in the overall sense of why I want to do live streaming, which I'll get to in a second, neither one offers what I want as far as the ability to do the live stream. Obviously, Facebook, you can live stream from a webcam through a laptop, not just your phone. But obviously, most people do it through their phone. And then a lot of people do their live streams on YouTube through their phone as well. Obviously, if you guys know anything about my phone, we broke that a while ago in terms of the actual good camera. I could do selfie like this, but I can't do facing down. So all of these videos are filmed with a high definition webcam, an actual camera, as opposed to my phone. What is out there for me, and this will not detract against the YouTube stuff at all, is Twitch. Twitch TV, Twitch.tv, is a streaming service mostly for the gaming community. If you have any type of inclination to follow, like World of Warcraft or Battlefield or any of the massively multi online role playing games, Grand Theft Auto, things like that, that's what Twitch does. Twitch is where gamers stream. About 8 or 10 months ago, Twitch created a separate service within their service called Twitch Creative, and that is geared more towards people doing music, art, and any type of creative activity, which of course model building is. The reason why we're going to stream on Twitch rather than on YouTube or on Facebook directly is because Twitch allows for basically what amounts to a non-stop live stream for as long as you want to live stream. And where we're going to be trying to get to with the live stream services, and there's going to be a cat walking in front of the camera in about 3 seconds if it doesn't knock the camera over. Oh, you gotta love the cats. They know exactly where everything is that needs to be walked in front of. Is what I want to do is do a live stream of the 24-hour build, because this year we'll have a paint booth set up and everything will be ready to go for that come January. And as you've undoubtedly noticed, if you've tried to follow any of the live streams that have been done for 24-hour builds for the last 2 years now, live streaming is sort of a thing that's relatively easy to do, especially with Facebook through your phone and things like that, is the fact that, and don't mind me, I've got a child I might need to pick up here from school, so I'm trying to keep a eye on whether or not I need to go, because my wife is out in town doing something and it's taking longer. So I could just edit that out, but I'm going to leave it there because we just do that stream of consciousness thing here. But what I was going to say is, for the 24-hour build, I'm going to be picking up a couple more of these cameras. And I want to be able to do a multi-camera shoot where I can be talking to you guys as well as building, as well as have a camera on either the paint booth itself or other things, and be able to interchange the cameras as far as which one is big. Basically, you would have like a little you'd have a little picture-in-picture here, a little picture-in-picture here, or maybe up here, and then there would be the main camera focus in the middle. YouTube streaming straight through your phone, or even through a dedicated webcam, or Facebook through a dedicated webcam, you can't do picture-in-picture. You can't do multi-camera. You need fancy software. Now, the fancy software I use to edit these videos with allows me to do picture-in-pictures and all sorts of fancy crap that I'll probably never use, but the software was all-inclusive. Is great, but it's post-production. Like, I could film me talking about something, and then film me building something, and then put the picture-in-picture, so it looks like I'm talking about something while I'm building it, and it looks like it's all being done at once, but in effect, it would be two separate videos combined into one. Twitch allows you to use various what will be pre-production streaming services or video production services that allow that before stream picture-in-picture service. Now the before stream software could be used to stream to Facebook or to YouTube, but for what I've seen, it doesn't work necessarily as well. YouTube has a big goofy encoding system that if you're not using their app to stream with, it gets kind of cranky. So that's what we're going to be doing. Like I said, the Twitch channel exists. I'm pretty sure it's just a staff project as well. I'll do links and stuff when I get around to doing it. I'm going to be doing like a couple of, just basically some testing of it in general in the coming months, on days where my wife is at work and my kids are at school, where I'm not going to be bothering anybody by talking for a couple hours randomly and pointlessly. But like I said, the ultimate goal is to get a couple more webcams set up, because I can run up to 4 web cameras with the laptop and the system I have for it. And be able to do a 24-hour build that is nonstop. Because what I was going to say before the catwalk for the thing was if you watch any of the live streams that have been done in the last couple of years, they've been done through Google Hangouts, or they've been done through YouTube live streaming services where you've had to change channels basically every 6 or 8 hours, 4 to 8 hours, whatever, because Google Hangouts is one timer and YouTube is another timer. YouTube used to be an 8-hour stream limit. I don't know if they've bumped it up or not. But you had to change channels. Every so often you had to go to somebody else's channel to re-pick up the live stream, which meant that the Google Hangouts thing had to be completely redone through somebody else's system as well. And while it worked relatively smoothly this past year, it's still a little bit of a pain in the butt. But Twitch, because it's dedicated to video game streaming, and there's a lot of challenges for, say, World of Warcraft that are 24-hour based, like can you play World of Warcraft for 24 hours straight without killing yourself, that sort of thing. It's you can stream for as long as you want to. I believe it's up to like 3 days straight without a break. So the live streams that we're going to do in terms of testing and things like that, and just in general, will probably, because the way Twitch allows you to archive, will probably get loaded to YouTube directly afterwards. We're not going to move away from YouTube in general in terms of the stash report, these videos of me showing you what I've gotten in, just in general. We're not going to move away from YouTube in any way. Now, every live stream will it be brought to YouTube? No, because some of it will just be testing, and I'm not going to I don't expect anybody to sit around and watch me blabber for 2 hours adjusting cameras and microphones and things like that. But some of it will be. Some of the better content, if I think it's worthy of being broadcast across platforms. And we'll give you... The thing with the live stream, though, for you guys, is it'll probably be, for you guys across the pond more than anything, because of the time I have free to do it. My basic ability to do live streaming would be between the hours of 9 o'clock in the morning and 11 o'clock in the morning, at least until next year, when the kids are in school full time. I realize that is a time that a lot of people will be at work. So it's not going to be a lot of viewership, although, of course, it's around lunchtime over in Europe and middle of the night in Asia. it is what it is. But the idea is basically to work all the bugs out over the next couple of months so that when the 24-hour stream goes live in January, I could just turn the thing on and we'll be able to roll with it and it won't be a big deal. So, like I said, it's not going to be a constant thing. I may do some YouTube stuff here and there just if I want to be quick and dirty about it on an evening that I have some stuff that I want to cover. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to do some live streams. And like I said, the other thing is I don't want to encroach on anybody else's live stream. There's certain days that people have been doing things for a really long time, and I don't want to be standing on, hey, look, come to see me Friday night when there's all that whole, there's a whole program on Friday nights, and people have dedicated days they do things. So that's that. On the secondary thing, I think the next chunk of what the next chunk of the what do you need to know about me videos was how do you get your shop name and your channel name. We don't have a shop name. These videos are called Inside the Stash. Probably every video that doesn't revolve around a stash report type of thing will be an Inside the Stash, just because it's taking you inside of what I do rather than just being a news program. How did I get the channel name? Originally, this channel name was just my Google name, which is really my Yahoo email address name. The Night Owl 7710. I've had that ID in some form or fashion since 1997, so it's just what I'm known as online for in a lot of cases. I think the channel name also at one point was just my name. Originally, the channel was going to be called Simple Skills for Basic Modeling, and it was going to be more of a how-to channel, kit reviews, a lot of building, a lot of tips and stuff like that. And it's something I've always meant to get back to in the last 3 years in, that sort of guise. Because it seems like a lot of people come into the hobby and they just seem to feel that all of us who have been doing this for half, 2/3 all of our lives have just, we flipped a switch one day and we're instantly good at this, and it doesn't take any practice. And I see a lot of frustration about the fact that what a newbie, so to speak, does is not as good as stuff that people who've been doing this for 30 years are at it, the level wise and you finish and everything wise. And the second thing is a lot of people seem to want to skip the introduction to building models. They seem to think that building box stock and building, just doing any kind of rudimentary basics of modeling, seam removal, line removal, all that sort of thing is beneath them. They don't need to do that. And then the third thing, of course, is because everyone is so terrified that if you are honest about someone's suckage, that they will drop everything and leave modeling forever, and that will cause modeling to collapse because this one person with butt hurt can't handle their lives. It isn't going to be a critique thing, but there's a realism of when you try to skip the introductory stuff, when you try to skip the simple stuff that makes your models good. This is a lot of stuff that Hunter used to talk about, and then he got a lot of hate for it, so bring it on. It's the idea that you need to know this stuff before you can get to the advanced stuff. Because if you try to throw a bunch of photo etch at something, if you try to throw House of Colors candy paint at something, and the underlying model is suck, guess what? It's just a really shiny, blingy suck. It's not good. The internet, for all the better or the worse of social media, in forums or Facebook or whatever, has become a rah-rah cheerleader thing where it's everything is great, and because we don't want to offend this person, because being honest and letting them know that they need to do work might cause them to leave. Oh God, they might leave. Well, let's see. Let's keep you from leaving, and teach you the stuff you need to know, so that people can honestly tell you your stuff is actually halfway decent. So, eventually I have to get back into that sort of thing. But as far as the stash project, well, that's a self-explanatory, is it not? I have a stash. It's a project. The Facebook page with the name actually existed before the YouTube channel did, because the Facebook page was designed as a stop whining about everything and build a model kind of page, which is more or less maintained. And the weekly video sort of came out of that because I got tired of people constantly telling me, oh, well, this is happening and that's happening and this other thing is happening, and all of the things were wrong. They were the wrong dates. They were wrong kits. You cannot fathom the amount of misinformation that goes on about this. Now, you could, oh, you're just too serious about toys. Okay, if you get on the floor and play with your stuff, that's your business. But also, if you don't ever correct the misinformation, if you don't ever put out the correct information, then the misinformation grows, and the next thing you know, people are contacting Revell on Revell's business website saying, "Why don't you re-release this kit?" And the kit is an AMT kit, or the kit is a Mobius kit, or why don't you do this kit? And that kit was just reissued 3 months ago. It's just that grated on me, and from that is where we are at today. So let me go through some stuff real quick here, because if I have to go grab my kid, I have to do it in the next 5 minutes. So let's plow through some stuff. First up, from Orange Wheels, the people over at Asuka, we've got their, a bunch of their wheel sets. Finally, and these were only available in Japan for the longest time, because if you look at the stock number, these are older than a lot of the wheel sets that have come out. They have finally released to the United States and everybody else their tires. These are basically some stretch wall tires that go with all of their wheel sets. They are, as you can see in this picture up here, sort of beveled, pre-cambered, if you will, for your convenience. Allows your your model to have a little bit of stance without actually having to do too much to the suspension. Gives it a little bit of a tilt look to it. If without it, the wheels themselves are, halfway decent in terms of tread and stuff like that. They are supposed to be stretch wall tires, 15 to 17 inch. Pretty much your Orange wheels are 15 or 16 inch wheels, depending on which rim set you choose, because there's 2 different size external lips that come with every wheel set. We've talked about this infinitum, but it'll probably be easier to show you. Every set of Orange wheels has 2 sets of sprues in it, and these bottom lips down here that go on the outside come in 15 inch or 16 inch wheel sizes, and then you choose which wheel lips to put with the wheel to determine what size it is. So these tires go with these wheels. One of the bad part of these wheel sets were they don't come with tires the way like Fujimi and Aoshima's do. So finally there are tires for them. The wheel sets themselves are usually about like $6 or $7. These tires themselves are running between $6 and $8, depending where you get them from. I'm trying to see if they have a yen price on them. I don't think they do necessarily, but they are, directional. You can see down here, there are arrows telling you which way the tread pattern goes. So they are directional, and they are, side to side as far as, well, that would be what makes them directional. But so paying attention is important. But I have 5 sets of these because, well, actually I have 8 sets. I have 10 sets of wheels total. I have 5 sets of these on hand that came in yesterday. These are from 1999 from Hobby Search. If they have any in stock left, I don't know if they do or not, I haven't looked, are 5 per customer. HobbyLink Japan is also carrying them, and they are 3 per customer. So right now, you could order a maximum of 8 on any given order. So there's that. Also from Hobby Search, we picked this up. This is the Photo Etch Detail Upset for the 240 RS. They say New Zealand Rally. Like there's another kit of it. There's only one of them so far. Maybe they're planning to do another one. That would be nice. Do a tarmac version maybe. But this is basically sort of the same thing the Celicas have, where it's a bunch of photo etch. These Nissan things down here for the mud flaps, which are photo etch on the photo etch sheet, and there's seatbelt material up here to make the seatbelts and all that sort of nifty stuff. And then from eBay, I'm trying to think where this came from. From eBay, this was from Germany because this photo etch set is out of production. This is the photo etch set for the Safari Rally version of the TA64 Celica. We've talked about this before a number of times on the Stash Report. The different BMAX versions of different kits have different photo etch. So the Portugal Rally, which is the tarmac rally, the asphalt car, it has its own photo etch. The Safari Rally, which is the gravel, the off-road thing, it has its own photo etch. So I picked that up because I have both kits. Also from eBay on the decal side of things, I picked this setup. This is from a company called, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, called Malwaj Workshop. They are Czech Republic. They do a couple of trans kits and a couple of sets of decals for the Hasegawa Lancia Delta rally car and the old Tamiya Renault Turbo rally car. And they also do this set of decals. Now, this is a picture of the decal sheet itself, which is pretty nifty. But this is a set of decals for the BMW 635 Group A car that Tamiya did. So that's what it looks like, basically. I think I got a picture of a real car. I'll throw it up while I'm blathering on about these decals. But these decals basically allow you to create, for the 1983 season, the 24 Hours of Spa, Frankor chips, because, yeah, Frankor chips, right? But basically, 24 Hours of Spa, the Grand Prix of Zoltwig, the Grand Prix of Zolder, Silverstone, the 24 Hours of Nürburgring, a bunch of different decals. There are, and this is also pretty nifty about this set of decals, there are 2 sheets of decals in here, allowing you to build one car as the 24 Hours of Spa car. That's the whole point of this decal sheet. And then one as one of these other Grand Prix cars. The difference between them are associate sponsorships and things like that. The overall paint scheme is identical. As you can see with the decal sheet, all of these stripes are decals. So how well they fit will be a key thing. BMW 635, yeah, it's a kind of expensive kit to find if you don't know where to look for them. Japan would be the answer to that question, by the way. If you buy them through places like Buyee and things like that, they're probably somewhere in the neighborhood of about $20. Trying to get them here in the United States through eBay and things like that, you're going to pay the, oh my God, it's a rare Japanese kit price, and you know, be forewarned with that. And then from Spot Model, we got the Lewis Rally decals for the 240 RS Nissan. These make the 8th place finisher for the 1985 Portugal Rally. Unfortunately, when I looked at the placement guide, and I put the placement guide in upside down, so you can't really see the whole car. But it's a black car with yellow stripes and whatnot. This decal sheet pretty much plugs everything in terms of the actual livery itself. All you do is paint the kit black, and you're on your way. So pretty much, as you could probably gather, you know, this stuff is going to get combined into the kit, and it's going to be one of the upcoming projects that's going to be coming up when the shop gets wrapped up in terms of the furniture and things like that. So that'll be kind of interesting. I went from no rally cars to, yeah, let's build a rally car. Yay. So, I don't know. I have no attachment to this. It's a great project because I have no attachment to this car. I really don't care one way or another about it. It's an 8th place car, so it doesn't represent anything historically significant. I'm not a rally fan, so the drivers are meaningless. So it's a great fun build in the sense that I don't want it to suck, but I don't care. It's not like it's going to break my heart or anything like that. So, you know, without the stress of you know, what it is, and you know, it's nice. Yeah, I guess that's all I have to say about that. That sort of petered right out, didn't it? So, anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you guys on the other side.